Hi, it's Sarah. I'm the founder of Olive and June, and can I tell you the one thing that always makes my day better? A fresh manicure. But who has the time or the money to go to the salon every week? That's why we created the Olive and June Gel Mani system. It gives you that same mani that you get at a salon for so much less. It comes with everything you need, a pro-level lamp, salon-grade tools, our damage-free gel polish that lasts up to 21 days. All you do is prep, paint, cure, and you're good to go. And the best part, it's super easy and so affordable. Each mani breaks down to $2. So let's skip that $80 salon appointment and get the salon quality look at home for so much less and on your schedule. Head to oliveandjune.com/DIYgel20 and use code DIYgel20 for 20% off your first gel mani system. That's oliveandjune.com/DIYgel20. Code DIYgel20 for 20% off your first gel mani system.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. It's our Black Friday sale. Recharge this season with a bundle of cozy, soothing comfort. Now only $17.99 for our C2 mattress and base, plus free premium delivery. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
The kettle's boiled, Vic.
Great. Perfect timing. Just a dash of milk for me, please, mate.
Here you go. Shall we get started then?
Have you ever woken up on a Sunday morning and said, I'm never drinking again, and then found yourself waving $50 at a barman by happy hour?
Are you wondering why everyone else can stop at 1 while you head to a dodgy after-party with a weird bloke called Disco Dave? If so, it might be time to take a deeper look at your relationship with your reliable social crutch, alcohol.
On each episode, we'll investigate our own dysfunctional dealings with booze and find out if it's possible to stop this deeply ingrained habit before things get too messy.
Yep, we're going to open up a shame shed of humiliating drinking stories to help you understand why waking up from a booze coma each weekend with a kebab sticking out of your top pocket might actually be negatively impacting your health.
Hamish and I are here to delve into what it's like being sober, an unwanted warts and all look into why giving up those cheeky pints or putting down those mummy wines will make you feel happier, help your anxiety and mental health, and turn you into the most sparkly, authentic version of you.
Won't that mean I become boring though, Vic?
Well, Hamish, we'll just have to wait and see. I'm Victoria Vanstone.
I'm Hamish Adams-Cairns.
And this is Sober Awkward. In this section, we're going to break down our lives into 3 stages. We're going to begin by turning back the hands of time and looking at how we reacted to good and bad news before we even knew what booze was, before looking at how things changed during our drinking years and what we do now.
So, Vic, in this section, I'm happy for you to talk about your own childhood and also how you've witnessed your kids deal with these ups and downs.
Well, as a kid, I dealt with situations normally. If something made me sad, like the time my pogo stick fell in dog shit, or my dummy fell down a French toilet, or I got caught eating fish food, I just cried. I processed my sadness then and there. I didn't know there was a way to not feel.
Are we talking about Ben and Jerry's fish food there?
No, it was actually just fish food.
Oh.
I used to eat fish food.
Oh.
Did you never eat fish food as a kid?
I never had fish.
Oh.
Been much weirder.
We used to have a tank with Steely Dan was our fish. And I used to eat all the fish food. It was really yummy, but I don't think I was supposed to. Because when I got caught, everyone was quite shocked and thought I was a weirdo.
My other question about the dummy,
Yes.
Did you rescue it? And
No, it was the last time I had a dummy was it fell down the French toilet. It was one of the standing up toilets they used to get in France.
Oh, nice, the squat and
And
drops.
and that was that's the end of it. I was 18.
It's quite a good way of getting rid of the dummy, isn't it?
Yeah,
might do that to
I
my
remember
kid.
it clearly. It's like yesterday, the last of the dummy.
Is it like the ring in Lord of the Rings when it's falling?
Yeah,
No!
falling down the hole into the eye of Zoran. I was the same with happiness. If I scored a place on the netball team at school, I high-fived. If I stole all the digestives without anyone finding out, I just did like a secret high-five to myself and a yes to the sky. If I won an award for falling over like a lady, which I used to get in my old posh school, I felt pride. I dealt with the highs and lows as they came and went. In my old school, Hamish, we had to learn. Yeah, well, funnily enough, in the last episode, we were talking about comportment.
Yeah.
And we had comportment classes where they measured the length between the top of our socks and the bottom of our skirts, and that we were wearing brown pants. Our uniform was all brown. And one of the lessons was, you need to fall over like a lady if you're out in public and something causes you to fall down. And they taught us how to actually fall down. We had books about... this isn't 1950 I'm talking about. This was in the early 90s. And I had books balanced on my head and I had to fall over onto my side, and everyone went, oh, well done, jolly good show.
What was the point in the books? That they wouldn't fall off?
So that you fell down, so the books didn't fall off your head. So you fell down slowly and gently, like a lady.
And you won an award for that?
I won an award for falling down like
it's
a lady.
Medal, a certificate?
I think it was a little rosette.
Yeah, of course it was. Of course it was.
So yeah, I dealt with those things as they happened. Now I see my kids doing the same. Nell gets excited and giddy when she thinks about unicorns. You can see it happening in her brain, like her eyes light up, and I'm like, what are you thinking about? And she's just like, unicorns! My son Fred cries when Granny pretends to be a zombie. And George, well, he just slams the door when he's overwhelmed. But he does do the old funny naked dance when he's feeling elated.
Yes.
All healthy ways of dealing with what's going on with life, I think. What about you, Hamish?
Well, when I think back, I think about good news and bad news. So, yeah, the best news that I can remember getting as a child was that I won a scholarship to my school. And I can remember coming down the stairs, my parents being there holding this letter, like they were buzzing, said, hey, you got it, you got the scholarship. And I can remember being really happy, hugging both of them, and then going back upstairs and playing FIFA by myself, but feeling really pleased with myself. You know, quite a lot of my life, I have gotten good news, gone into a bathroom by myself, closed the door, and danced. Yeah, just furiously wanked.
That's one way of dealing with it, with the joy.
Need to get this energy out somehow. No, I would jump up for joy and dance in the mirror of a bathroom. That's quite often how I remember, even as an adult, dealing with good news.
That is a perfect way to deal with good news, isn't it? Feel it. Yeah, not the wank. But that's lovely, though, that you just went into a room and danced and were happy and felt it. And it probably prolonged the feeling even.
Absolutely. And also, I think back, I was good at football at prep school. I'm not all that good now, but I was good at prep school. And I can remember if I scored a goal or a hat-trick or whatever, I'd be buzzing for a day or a week, rather than as an adult, when you get good news, it's like a really short up and down.
Yes,
get drunk,
yes, exactly.
Celebrate at 12 out of 10, and then it immediately ends and you're hungover and the joy is over. Whereas as a kid, that could last days or weeks of reveling in the joy of having a good football match. It was for me.
Totally.
And as a result of that, I think certificates, or like you said, certificates, or the thing that you won for rosettes or medals, meant a lot more. Now, if I get a medal, you wear it for that day and then you lose it, or you put it in a drawer and never see it again. Then I treasured my medals. They were all hanging in my bedroom. I'd still put them on every now and then, a few months later, put on and wear all of them at once.
Yes.
So I feel like a
sweet
heavy
and weird.
neck and feel cool. Yeah, sure, it's weird, but come on. When I think about bad news, it's interesting as a child, because I think you get bad news, you cry, you strop, you moan, and you get over it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of dealt with. It's the opposite of good news. So good news as an adult, it goes very fast because you get drunk and it's up and down.
Yeah.
Bad news as a child, I think, goes very fast because you just feel it and then you cry and then stop and you're done.
Yeah, so true.
Whereas if you're an adult, if you have a breakup and you just get drunk, or you lose your job and you just get drunk for a month and you keep reliving it, then it really can drag it out and make it way more painful.
The pain. Yeah, totally agree with that. It's interesting. You just remind me of one of the good news topics that I forgot to mention was the time I won the Donkey Derby at the Newbury show. That was a long, elated time for me. I think for weeks I was cheering myself on.
Rosette again?
Yeah, Rosette. On top of standing on the platform with the second and third people next to me with my fist held high, staring at my donkey, giving it a good pat on the back. That was one of my proudest moments of my life.
Staring at my donkey, giving it a pat on the back sounds like what I was doing in the bathroom.
A special pat on the back.
Good donkey.
Yes, what a good boy.
Buckaroo.
What are we talking about?
Vic, I wanted to start the discussion about how we dealt with the ups and downs during our drinking years with a really fascinating and insightful exploration of why we turned to alcohol to celebrate the highs and commiserate the lows. But the more I thought about it, the more I realised I couldn't think of an interesting reason. I think we've just been programmed into thinking good news equals champagne and a piss-up, bad news equals pints to give perspective or numb the pain. Can you think of anything more interesting than that to add?
Well, there's a few things I came up with, Hamish, actually.
Oh. You are naturally a bit more intelligent than me.
I don't think so.
I didn't find that a problem at all.
I'm just older than you. It's such a huge mixture of elements, a complex array of customs, attitudes, beliefs and values that surround the use of booze. Alcohol has been around since 3500 BC, which means in that time people have used it for all sorts of reasons, starting with religious monks brewing ales that they exchanged for food, Greeks and Romans who drank heavily at religious orgies to honour their gods, and populations across Africa and much of Asia for whom drinking and drunkenness were celebrated as ways to alter consciousness. So what I'm saying here, Hamish, is that this way of using alcohol to celebrate or process emotion has been going on for fucking years.
Okay, so then you add a sprinkling of family addiction, a dollop of media influence, an extra helping of low self-esteem and a spoonful of environmental criteria, and you begin to see that growing up and not drinking to cure life's problems is almost impossible.
Yep, it's what we've always done. It's a long, deeply ingrained, 5,000-year-old tradition.
Those naughty little Greeks and Romans.
Yes, damn them indeed.
Raise your hand if you want your nails to look perfect all the time. Me too. I'm Sarah Gibson Tuttle, the founder of Olive & June, and this is exactly why we created the Gel Mani system. We wanted to make it possible for everyone everywhere to give themselves a beautiful manicure at home. With our tools and our gel polish that lasts up to 21 days. Each manicure with our system comes out to just $2. That's right, $2. No more $60, $70, $80 salon trips that take hours. Now you can paint your nails on your time and love them more than ever. And by the way, when people ask you where you got your nails done, you're going to proudly brag that you did them yourself. And here's a little something extra. Head over to oliveandjune.com and get 20% off your first Gel Mani system with code DIYGEL20. That's code DIYGEL20 for 20% off your first Mani system at oliveandjune.com/DIYGEL20.
Jennifer Lawrence and Robert Pattinson star in Die My Love, a ferocious portrait of a woman engulfed by love and madness. Lawrence and Pattinson play a passionate couple who, after moving to an isolated house in the country, find their relationship unraveling following the birth of their first child. Vanity Fair hails Lawrence's performance as astonishing, and Time calls it the kind of performance you go to the movies for. From director Lynn Ramsey, Die My Love is now playing only in theaters, rated R.
Right, let's put aside those monks and focus here on times that we turned to drink in emotional situations and got it wrong. Rick.
Ricky.
Vic, I feel as if you might have a few good stories to share here.
Well, I think I used alcohol a lot when boyfriends dumped me. I always got drunk after hearing their pathetic excuses as to why they didn't want to be with me anymore. One of them was, I can't surf the city beaches, Vic.
Wow.
Yeah, that was quite disappointing.
You were keeping him from surfing the city beaches.
I can't surf the city beaches no more. I've got to get out of here.
He was Pakistani, was he?
Yeah. My bad accent. That was supposed to be Australian.
I got it.
Someone else said to me, I need to find myself before I commit. I said, go on then, find yourself. Slam the door. And somebody else said, why are you always so happy? Which was a reason why they didn't want to be with me anymore.
I'm looking for someone a bit more miserable.
Yeah. I mean, these things always made me frustrated and sad and pissed off. And it happened so much that I felt like I needed to get rid of the feeling. So, of course, I drank. I drank away the rejection, I guess. Another time I drank to oblivion was when I was happy, like a mate's birthday or a party, or when I got sacked from TGI Fridays.
Why?
Because I pissed on someone's carpet. Yeah.
You weren't going to say that, were you?
No, I wasn't actually. You asked me. I was like, please don't ask me. I could feel that the pause was you were going to ask me.
Every single person listening would have been like,
story another time.
Ask her.
Things like when I scored backstage passes to a gig or won a competition or something like that. Again, I celebrated with alcohol. I did win $5,000 once, actually, Hamish. I remember just going totally wasted afterwards.
How did you win $5,000?
I knew the answers to who the famous people were in one of those quizzes in Sydney, and I just phoned up and went, I don't know who they are. And it was like, yeah, you won $5,000.
On the radio?
On the radio, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, never won anything in my life.
How much of it did you spend that night?
Actually, I paid off my credit card bill with it.
Oh, that's very responsible.
Yeah, it was quite, actually.
I put it towards a nice sofa.
The time I remember being most happy was when I went to raves back in the early days. I went to a few raves when I was sort of 14 or 15 years old, and I remember feeling the total euphoria of being in a room full of people that were happy. Before any drug hit my bloodstream, of course, there were drugs taken in that scene, but I remember that feeling, and that's something I feel now in my sobriety, is being amongst people that you feel like are your people, being amongst a tribe, you know, with robots on stilts and colourful black backdrops and people dancing like they're stuck in a spider's web. Those things made me really happy at that stage, and it was a shame I numbed that out, because actually those days were like my halcyon days that I really want to go back and remember clearly, but of course they are a bit hazy.
Yeah, I bet sober people can read the energy of a room better than people have had a drug or got drunk, because then you're just thinking everyone's feeling the same as you.
And absorb it. I think if you're sober in that situation, you get to absorb it. But unfortunately, the joy that I felt, I kind of manipulated it because I wanted it to last longer and I wanted to really feel it even more because it was such a good feeling. And I did that by overindulging. So actually, I was sort of diluting my happiness with synthetic drugs and alcohol. I mean, I would love to be sober at a rave now. There's this company in Sydney called Ecstatic Sunsets. I've put an event on Cuppa for it, and it's a rave in Sydney in October. So if anyone fancies going to that, that's something that I enjoy, is that feeling of communal joy or communal sadness even, that feeling of sharing an emotion together in a room like we did with the breath work. And that makes me feel happy, and it's a shame I got it wrong so often. What about you?
So I've got it wrong on countless occasions at rap parties when I was working in TV.
Rap parties?
Yeah, rap party. The end
With
of
rappers?
The yeah, me, Snoop.
Hey, it's the end of the show.
Me, Snoop, Dre, Eminem. Countless nights out with those lads. Honestly, that you can't trust us for.
What a crew. Hamish and those guys.
I've got it wrong at lots of parties, weddings, birthdays, family celebrations. But I want to try and focus on those more everyday ups and downs. So I'll start with an up. And this was sort of a rare career high for me, I suppose. Which was when we opened this. I've told you about this Rwandan cricket stadium.
Yes,
so this is a charity that I helped a friend of mine set up in 2011, and in 2017 we opened it. We flew out to Rwanda and we had a big game, and lots of our friends and family came, and we opened it. And honestly, it was arguably the best day of my life up until that. I've now got married and had a kid, so technically you have to say that those are the best days of your life.
But actually the cricket was.
But really the cricket. But yeah, no, honestly, it was one of the best days of my life. It was the culmination of these 6 years of work and just the people along the way that put in far more work than me and deserve far more credit. It was really special to see them celebrate it.
So again, that sort of communal joy again.
Yeah.
Yes, which we're discovering is something that makes us feel good.
But we were there for probably a week. This was the same trip that I forgot my friend's camera equipment in the back of the car. And I was pretty much drunk for all of it, really. Because it was a holiday and it was like the end of a project.
And it was a celebration.
And it was a celebration. We were staying with mates and it was a piss up. And actually on the day that we opened it, it rained most of the morning. So there wasn't even very much cricket going on. So all of us were inside the one tent, which was obviously the bar. So I'm pleased that it was an amazing day, an amazing project. But in a way, it was a shame that I was drunk for so much of it. Even though the drink in a way can add to the height.
For a moment.
Oh, exactly. It's only short-lived.
Momentary.
It's only short-lived. So part of me wishes I'd not drunk for it. And I definitely will go back and I still want to experience that joy sober. The lows for me, it was I had this horrible breakup, and I wasn't the cliche that went out loads and got drunk every day to deal with the breakup. I wasn't one of those guys. But on the occasions that I did drink, I would often get it wrong. Well, I've spoken about that, writing on the wall at Kit Harington's house, sending texts you shouldn't send. I know lots of people know about that.
Drunk, bad idea.
I had a few nights when I was just like, I'm go out with mates, and mates like, we're going home. And I was like, screw you, I'm not going home. I'm having a solo night out. And you end up at a stranger's house party and then eventually end up alone in tears. Inevitably. So I guess drink did not help me in the ups or the downs.
So what we're discovering in both of our stories there is that we've had lots of moments. Of course we do, like everybody else. We have our ups and downs, but we seem to always deal with them with alcohol.
Yeah.
because it's been so ingrained since those bloody monks back in the 1300s or whenever it was. So we've never, ever really looked outside of that. And that's what's interesting about this sober, curious movement and how this vast spectrum, wherever you sit, we're starting to look at everybody as people like Hamish, people like me, people that stay at home drinkers, and understand that, look, all of these people have an opportunity for something else, a different direction, and go, look, how was it when we were drinking? How did we experience life and how did we deal with it? And the fact is that we drank through it.
Yeah.
And maybe, perhaps, that isn't right.
Yeah.
That isn't the way that we need to deal with our emotions anymore. And if we're opening up this topic now to a vaster audience, which is creating this whole wave of people starting to do things and experience life without anything to top them up. And it's really fascinating, isn't it? If you're questioning your relationship with booze, you're struggling to moderate, or your hangovers are causing anxiety, it might be time to reach out for some support.
Yeah, just talk to a mate about how you're feeling, contact a local doctor, find an AA or sobriety group. Vic's got one.
Yeah, just head to www.cuppa.community.
Remember, if you're questioning yourself, it might be time to seek support.
Even though this journey can be awkward, it is definitely worth it. And if you've enjoyed the Sober Awkward podcast, don't forget to review it, rate it, and share it with your mates.
Do they have to share it with their mates?
Yeah, of course they do. I'm not doing this for nothing, Hamish. Bloody hell.
How do they share it?
I don't know, just write it on the...
Jennifer Lawrence and Robert Pattinson star in Die My Love, a ferocious portrait of a woman engulfed by love and madness. Lawrence and Pattinson play a passionate couple who, after moving to an isolated house in the country, find their relationship unraveling following the birth of their first child. Vanity Fair hails Lawrence's performance as astonishing, and Time calls it the kind of performance you go to the movies for. From director Lynn Ramsey, Die My Love is now playing only in theaters, rated R.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. It's our Black Friday sale. Recharge this season with a bundle of cozy, soothing comfort. Now only $17.99 for our C2 mattress and base, plus free premium delivery. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Dear Career Ladder, you've had your moment. You're linear and one-dimensional. Ambition doesn't just go up anymore. It zigs and zags and squiggles. We're CEOs, executives, founders. We're advising companies, launching side hustles, taking breaks, defining our next act. Ambition on our terms, the possibilities are endless. Chief, lead on. Join us at chief.com.
So, as you probably know, my comedy memoir, 1,000 Wasted Sundays, is officially out. All my magnificent fuck-uppery in one awkward hit. If you'd like to get your hands on a copy, it's now available from all good bookstores.
We always say all good bookstores, don't we?
Yeah.
Are there bad
No,
bookstores?
probably ones with moody sellers.
Oh yeah, really
Yeah.
depressed librarian folk.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah. So there are probably some, but we're only storing it in the good ones.
It's only made it into the goodies.
You can also get it from all good online retailers. The print version and ebook are out now, and the audiobook will be available in March. I've been writing my memoir for 5 years. It will make you laugh, cry and cringe, and hopefully inspire a few people to reconsider their relationship with booze. If you love the podcast, then I think you'll love the book, even if I do say so myself. Hamish has read it. What did you think?
I feel like I know a little bit too much about you now, to be honest, Vic. Look, I really loved it. It was hilarious and surprisingly moving, but I feel like I've seen you naked in a literary sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's worrying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From an emotional point of view, seriously,
It wobbled my teeny weeny wooden heart, Vic.
Okay.
My teeny little wooden heart.
Well, his wooden heart is broken. Anyway, so if you do manage to get your filthy mitts on a copy, please do me a favour and head to goodreads.com and give me a review. Doing that will help me get it out there to those that need a bit of sober support. So there you have it. My story, unwanted warts and all. Come and get awkward with me.
Not to be too demanding or anything, but seriously, go and buy it
Yeah,
now.
go and buy it. Go and buy it right now.
Yeah, don't just tell your friends, buy it, and then buy your friends one or two.
Yeah, don't give them a copy. Buy it, yeah.
And you know what? Don't be careful where you store it. If you lose it, you can always buy another 5.
Buy another one.
Yeah.